All right, guys, so you've seen day 1 and day 2, day 3 of competition, which was Saturday. At this point in the weekend, I felt like we'd been competing for a whole month. It was such a big week, and I think it was just because of all the delays from the weather and stuff. Rogue did such an incredible job trying to accommodate all the athletes and everything like that. It probably ran the best it possibly could have. And so Saturday morning, we started off with the 10 rounder. I think it's called the 10th inning. And, you know, I knew that was a great workout for me. To win it was even a big bonus as well, and to secure more points on the leaderboard. It was interesting because when it was first announced, we were only a few days out from Rogue, so we got to, you know, do round 2. And I was doing it against Jay Crouch, and we went out so hard. We did 2 rounds in 1 minute and 50 seconds. And Shane was like, Tia, we have to slow it right down. You know, it was not a workout. When you look at it, you think, oh, cool, that's like a fast workout because it's only going to be a small amount of reps. But, you know, by the end of the workout, it was a 16-minute workout. And so trying to hold, you know, less than a minute per round was definitely not manageable. So glad we got to, you know, test that out and realize, you know, I needed to slow it down. But I think that I executed that workout perfectly, and I broke the power snatches up into 3 sets from the first round, and that definitely helped towards the end. Then we had the Jeel, and that's always a really fun workout. I just feel like, you know, because we were in the top 5, we got bypassed to the next round. So it's a reward, but also in saying that too, you know, you're out there for quite a long time. There's not a whole lot of room to warm up. And so, you know, in a way you're advantaged, but you can also be a little bit disadvantaged when it comes to, you know, going out and all the other competitors have already, like, you know, gotten to touch the bags, gotten to go over the logs, and they've been able to flush out excess nerves or anything like that so that they can go full tilt on their second round. And that definitely caught me off guard, where I didn't fumble with anything, I just wasn't sharp enough. You know, I wasn't fast enough, and I was behind the A-ball. Maybe my run wasn't fast enough, but to fall short of that was a huge disappointment, and, you know, cost me the win at the end of the day, because that was a 12th place. And, you know, in a competition like that, you just can't afford to have mistakes like that. And it's a shame because it was such a fast, fun workout. I wish I was able to do a few more rounds of it, but you know, that's competition, and you just have to roll with the punches. But something that, you know, moving forward, I would definitely be, you know, training a little bit more of, working on that speed, and just getting my fast twitch fibers, you know, ready again.
Do you know the amount of time that was off from actually advancing?
Yeah, I think, I can't remember specifically like the number, but I think it was like that fast. Like, it was like fractions of a second that I missed out on. It's hard to kind of look at it like that, because then you're like, my gosh, like, why couldn't I have just ran that little bit faster? But, you know, that's just the nature of the beast. And then there was deadlifts. And the deadlifts, I didn't know how that was going to go. Like, normally deadlifts are very good for me, very strong in my deadlift, but I just felt like for deadlifts, I hadn't gone that heavy since having Willow and being pregnant. You know, you want to obviously push yourself to where you know and you think you can go, but you also don't want to do any damage. And you know, a lot of people ask me why I didn't wear my belt during the deadlift, and, you know, for me, not everything is like, you know, back to normal. I'm still on the mend of recovery, essentially. So, you know, I'm needing to still be very cautious of where my organs are and everything. And it's definitely something that I never even considered prior, because I've never gone through it. You know, it's still taking some time for my body to feel back to normal, and it's a new normal. It's not what it was prior to being pregnant. It will never be the same. So, you know, recognizing that is so important. And I think it was so important that I also listened to the body throughout the whole event. So I decided not to have the belt, because when you use the belt you can wrench it really, really tight and brace against it. But I wanted to be able to feel through the whole competition. Little Willow's waving to me through the window. Hello. The body, and I wanted to always be just checking in with myself through every lift and making sure that I wasn't overdoing it, I wasn't putting myself in damage. I know probably some people might be listening to this and thinking, you're competing, of course you're going to be putting yourself into a lot of damage, but I know what my body is capable of doing, and I think that if I listen to it, I can definitely hit heavier than 400 pounds or wherever. I think I got up to 405 or something like that, but I knew that that was, heavy enough. Day 4, we started off with the echo bike and it started raining, and that was really actually quite fun. It's a gnarly workout to do on the very last day to start off with, just because you got your echo bike, but you had the heavy kettlebell or kind of whole cam, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, they had to change, I think, the lunges. So we just lunged on the spot. And I think that was a great workout. By the 4th day, like, everyone was feeling their back from the deadlifts and also the power snatches. But I think that's just, it's rogue. That's what you sign up for. You're going to get a beat down over the weekend. So it's just about whether or not you can recover the best. And I can't remember where I placed in that workout, but it's so funny. I remember, and I'm pretty sure even Brandon has the content. So I picked up the whole cans, and as I picked them up, they've pooled water in them from the rain, and it's just gone like all over me. So that was, it was just a fun workout to be out in the rain. Felt like a bit of a kid again. And then
mentally, were you still in it on the 4th day, or was it almost too much?
Actually, I didn't know when I very first started. I didn't know where I was at, and I didn't know if I could win. I believed that I could win. I believed if I really, if I executed everything to the best of my ability, and I stuck to my game plan and stayed focused, I knew I could win. But I also didn't really know what I was capable of. Did I still have the edge? They're all questions that everyone was asking, even myself. And you have to, because I'm going up against incredible athletes here, the best in the world. And for someone that has been out for not on the competition floor for over 12 months, haven't been able to train to the full capacity of what I usually would like to leading up to a major competition like Rogue. And when you are training, you're not sure if that's going to be enough, and the energy and the effort that you've been putting in, you only know until you're out on the competition floor. So it wasn't until the first event, the weekend, that I was like, wow, I still got this. And it was a little bit more reassuring. And then as the weekend progressed forward, it definitely was reassuring. That second last workout, event 8, was a good workout for me. They did change it from pegboards and a bit of running, like a hill run, to just handstand walking. But it didn't matter what they changed it to, I was still prepared to put up a fight. And I think that it was a really great way to end. For the last event, we were a draw going into the very last event. So it was, the best man survives kind of thing. But that second last workout, that was actually really fun. It was a bit sketchy when it was raining and we had to do box jumps and everything, but they put like this material in the top of the box so it stopped you from slipping. So that was really good. And they were nice and high, so I really liked the high box jumps. Yeah, handstand walk. Honestly, it didn't even feel like it was a hard workout. It just was, a workout that you just had to stay consistent in. And then the very last workout, man, that was awesome. Very nervous going into it, obviously, because you had to win it to win the whole competition. And I knew that this was a good workout for Laura as well, but anything can happen. And so I knew touch and go wasn't going to be smart, just because it was still a long enough workout where you actually got, it caught up to you. But I also, like, the squat cleans, I would have liked to have been a lot stronger so that, you know, when it came to the squat cleans, they were a lot less effort for me. But, you know, Laura was just an incredible, like, she executed that workout incredibly. So, you know, good on her for, you know, giving it absolutely all, and it was just such a great fight to the end. And unfortunately, I fell short of winning the competition, but I still feel like I came away with such a huge win. It set me up for a really great next season, and you know, I far exceeded my expectations on, you know, how I felt like I was going to perform. I felt like my competition, it's wild. I look back at my competition at the Rogue Invitational this year and walk away far more proud of my efforts and how I executed the workouts than when I won the 2022 games and walked away really disappointed.